Chris, just your general reaction to the Big Ten Fridays.
I'll be honest, I haven't put a lot of thought into it. It was brought to my attention last week that that may be happening. Thought about it for 5 minutes and just turned focus back to Indiana. I think the conference is one of the best conferences in America. And we're on the forefront of a lot of decisions. And we trust and respect what the conference is doing. But other than that, haven't put any thought into it. Focus is trying to beat Indiana.
With Josh Hickson, kind of the special package that he has right now, how has he handled it so far, and how much potential does that have?
Josh has been great in everything that we've asked him to do. Josh is playing running back and getting reps at running back. He continues to get better at all the things that he's needed to get better at this season. And whether it's a one tailback or two tailback personnel grouping, Josh is doing a good job and continues to get better out there at practice.
How important is it to add wrinkles like that as the season goes on, so it's not just the same every week?
Well, we add wrinkles every week, and that's just the way offensive game planning goes. That's pretty much standard for everybody. Every week there's been new wrinkles to our offense, whether it be plays, formations, personnel groupings. We've done something slightly different each week. And last week, last game, we did two tailback thing. And we'll see if we continue to do that moving forward.
Going back to the timing of games, barring Maryland becoming a 3:30 start, you guys haven't had any 3:30 kickoffs this season. And aside from Penn State and Michigan, they'll all be noon kickoffs. Does that come into consideration at all for you when you're prepping? Does it make any effect on the game?
No, it doesn't matter what time we kick off. Night games are a little bit different because you got more time on Saturdays to deal with your players, for extra walkthroughs and meetings or whatever your routine is. But we got to go. We got a routine and a plan for every kickoff, whether it's an 11 a.m., a 12, 2:30, 3:30, or a night game. It's one that we've liked. Our players are used to it. They know what to expect, and we go out and do it. But the biggest challenge from a timing standpoint would be if you play a lot of night games on the road. Then it's more of a challenge, probably more the following week than it is the week of preparation.
You mentioned on Monday a couple of guys you said would be kind of later in the week decisions. I think Hester Denman and somebody I'm forgetting, Martin. Any clarity on any of those guys?
No, not until we have meetings with our athletic staff, athletic training staff to go through those, and those decisions won't be made until closer to game time.
How did special teams look this week in those periods?
Same as they always do. There's things that we do well, things that we need to keep getting better on. There's new personnel, each week based on injuries or, performance. So, what we do in special teams is what we've been doing. Practice is the way we've been practicing. And, we spend a lot of time working on certain things in a bye week, but our weekly preparation is the same.
How much, I think we've seen how the injuries have affected the defense. How much have the injuries has affected the special teams from a personnel standpoint?
Probably more so than defense. Because when you have injuries on offense, you have injuries on defense. What gets affected by those injuries on both sides of the ball are special teams. And if you looked at, just for an example, our kickoff coverage team, you look at the starting lineup against Washington and you look at the starting lineup today, you might see maybe 2 or 3 people that are the same. And there's a number of reasons for that, but injuries on both sides of the ball affect your special teams, and mostly it's your coverage units that are affected, your punt coverage and your kickoff coverage, and it is what it is at this point. We've got injuries, and we've got to work around them. We've got to continue to try to find the players that can go on the field and execute what we want to do and give us the best chance to win.
Gio, this Thursday compared to maybe 2 Thursdays ago when he was going into his first start, see any growth, see any change, anything?
The thing I like about Gio is he's been consistent. He was consistent when he was, a backup thrown into action at the halftime of the Illinois game. When he went to be the starter against Minnesota, that week of preparation, his focus didn't change. His attitude didn't change. He was poised. This week is no different. I see a guy out there that continues to just grow with his confidence because I think he feels that a lot of people believe in him, and belief is a powerful thing, and a lot of people believe that he can go out and lead the offense and do some great things, and that's probably what I've seen out of him more than anything else.